Insurance premiums rise. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian Heise here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. I've got my stein of coffee and I thought we'd have a look at this article from the ABC because I've made mention of this in the past, that we're going to see an increase in insurance premiums because of the bushfires and other disasters we're having. It's going to be an impact on our cost of living. And this is a perfect example of it here. In the end, everyone pays. We've got all these idiots that are saying, oh, the rebuilding from the bushfire, that'll stimulate the economy. You know, one, they don't understand the broken window fallacy. Two, they don't realize that it's going to damage everyone as well with these type of things. They don't get it. And I get these are people invited on TV and I guess they know more than me, but I don't see it. I really don't see it. Because, you know, you pay a big insurance bill, it's a big chunk of money. I wonder how many people are doing afterpay for it. Just wait till it starts appearing. So, insurance premiums rise after a long summer of bushfires, storms and floods. And, well, I think we're still getting rainfall, flooding in Queensland right now. When fire tore towards Sophie Braden's semi-rural beachfront property in Queensland's Scenic Rim region in September, she fled, not knowing if her house would still be there when she returned. I got my head around it and thought if my house wasn't standing, I'd just get a camper trailer, move in there, and build a whole new house. Good on her. Yeah, that's what you do. You rebuild. I like that, that's good. Luckily, the fire stopped short of her home. But houses about a kilometre away did not escape the blaze. There was a small valley between myself and other houses, and we lost roughly 8 to 9 houses across there, she said. After counting her blessings, a month later, Miss Braden was sent the annual renewal for her home insurance. It had increased 48% from $884 the year before to $1,304, but her insurer was not clear on why her bill had increased so dramatically. Well, the costs to the insurer in that region had increased, and there's probably they understand that there may be a greater risk there than they anticipated. 50%, that's a big increase in your insurance, a big chunk of your cost of living, guys. This is how it happens. This is how it happens. And you need to look at the states and the councils that have been negligent in their load mitigation risk management. Maybe we should take class action against them, the politicians. What about all the royal commissions that have been ignored throughout the years? Maybe those. Yeah, no, it can't be that. Florian, you're talking rubbish. It's burning a little bit extra coal. That's what starts bushfires, don't you know? You've got to learn science. It's not, inadequate clearing, not allowing, having complex processes in place where you sue people who clear trees on their own land, spend millions of dollars in court fees when they make fire breaks. This is the type of stuff that's happening here in Queensland, guys. It's ludicrous. People are taking their own, they're breaking the law to protect their own houses. So what's wrong? Is the law just? I think it's a combination. I had to make a claim because some of my fences were broken by the fireys trying to get through, and also the fact that this area is now a high fire risk, she told the business. Well, it always was a high fire risk. Ms. Bryden said it was not easy to pay the extra $420 on top of last year's bill. I'm a single mum. I can't afford price hikes like that. Well, then just don't insure your home. No one's forcing you to do it. You don't need to do it. But then there's the risk. If you lose your home, it's a gamble. Yeah. The Insurance Council of Australia said the September bushfires were the first of 6 catastrophic weather events to hit Australia's east coast in the past 5 months. This is known as disaster season for a very good reason, and this certainly has been one of those angry summers that Australia experiences, the Insurance Council of Australia's Campbell Fuller told the business. Oh, it's disaster season for a very good reason? Like, there's a historic precedent for this time of year to have disasters? Funny that. Surprised they published that on the ABC. Mr. Fuller said it was too early to say if insurance premiums will be impacted by the summer catastrophes. Bloody hell, of course it is going to be. It's ludicrous to think it wouldn't. It's unlikely these natural disasters will have a significant effect on premiums, he added. Really? He said that was because insurers prepared last year for the impending costs. There were plenty of signs in early 2019 that we were heading into a catastrophic bushfire season, and the insurers made the relevant prudential precautions for that, including reinsurance and their own business balance sheet measures. JP Morgan insurance analyst Siddharth Parameswaran agreed insurances had already priced in catastrophic summers. Yes, and then next year when you renew your premium, it'll go up to compensate for that price change. Isn't that how it happens? You're always delayed. The industry has already allowed for a huge increase in the number of natural perils budgets lending into this. He explained, well, and how do they manage that? By increasing their premiums. I think there will be some premium increases in particular parts of Australia, but we're not expecting large across-the-board increases like we saw in 2011 after Cyclone Yasi. But he warned that natural disaster season was not over. There's no doubt this year is materially above average in terms of what we would have expected, and we're still not through the worst of it, so there are still some pressures to come, he said. Mr. P estimated the bushfires could end up costing about $2 billion for the insurance industry, in addition to almost $1 billion for the wet weather events such as hail, cyclones and floods. So here you have it, guys. Here's the "it'll be good for the economy" thrown out the window, because there's a $2 billion cost there that's incurred. Insurers reveal profit pinch from catastrophes. The exact cost of this summer's catastrophic weather events to insurers will not be known until later this year, but this week's half-year results have provided an early indication. Suncorp revealed a first-half profit of $642 million, up on the same time last year, but below analysts' expectations. IAG reported a 43% drop in its first-half net profits, after tax to $283 million, after last month advising the market it was downgrading forecasts. The results only account for activity from July 1 to December 31st, so do not include the worst of the natural disasters which have hit since January 1. Suncorp also revealed it received 3,707 claims for damage and destruction caused by the bushfires between July 1 last year and January 31st this year. It received 10 times the number of claims for wet weather events like floods and storms. With more than 2 months left to run on the cyclone season, those numbers are predicted to increase. Suncorp CEO Steve Johnson used his results briefing to call on the federal government to develop better policies to protect people against natural disasters. We have an opportunity here to improve the resilience of our communities and to improve the quality of our private infrastructure, he said in a briefing to analysts. The irony is, you can get a subsidy to put a solar panel on your roof, but you can't get a subsidy to batten that roof down to protect it against a Category 4 or 5 cyclone. Well, yes, because there's artificial stimulus to prop up that sector of the economy for political reasons. That's why. We should get rid of the subsidy for solar panels. I agree. Let it stand on its own 2 feet. Just look at what's happened in Victoria, where the state government is intervening in the industry and pretty much just locking it to a certain number of installations per month. Pretty much destroying the industry. Subsidies are destroying the industry. I'll link to that video up here because I think it is one everyone should watch. Because that shows you going to the government, begging for subsidies to help the environment, to save the planet, can destroy your industry. It's a perfect example there. If one thing comes out of a horrible situation, it's that we can get this dialogue around resilience and mitigation on the public policy agenda ahead of the budget so we can get some traction. Policy change or not, homeowners like Sophie Bryden, who are in the path of natural disasters, will be nervously waiting to open the next insurance bill. I think about all the other people because almost everyone is living borderline, where money is hard to come by these days and it's hard to pay all these bills, she said. Well, move where you've got reduced disaster risk if you are worried about those costs. It's part of reality, guys. This is where these aren't good for the economy. It's showing you how it's a cost of living increase. Perfect example. But then you'll still have politicians, leaders, talking about the advantage of it. Good for the economy. You see it all in Facebook. You see it all in comments. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you're a fan of the channel and want to help us, there's a few ways you can. You can share the videos on social media, get the word out there. You can also support us financially on Patreon, or you join the channel here on YouTube. You can use our affiliate links with Amazon, eBay, or Independent Reserve. If you make a consumer purchase or make a trade, we receive a small commission that costs you nothing. We sell merch on the HeiseSays website, Pocket Squares handmade here in Queensland, and finally PayPal if you want to contribute that way. Thanks to everyone who's helping support the channel. Take care, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.